Hey, my name's Cody Westover. I'm just like any other student in the country. I go to high school and play sports like everyone else. As I sit in CSE class to listen to the teacher talk about sustainability, I think, who really runs my life? Am I sustainable? How can I be more sustainable? And what holds me back? I learned more than I really thought I would. Blind conformity is a say of outside sources. We have no clue who they are, but they have a say in our lives. They tell us how we should live and what's best for us. We accept their say and put it within our lives. Everything is sustainable no matter how we look at it. It can be measured one way or another. We have influences in our life to be more or less sustainable, and we need to learn from those and fix our mistakes. Blind conformity has definitely affected my life. I'm conformed by media, from the commercials I'm shown to on TV, even from the radio. Laws also blindly conform us. When we think about it, they control our lives with telling us what is right, what's wrong, what we can do, and what we can't. There's a big list of rules what we are told, and has a voice behind it, but no face. Take the commercial of the Swiffer wet jet. It says that it's better than a mop and a broom, and everything else you can compare it to. You're just taking their word for it, not having a clue if it actually works like it says or anything like that. They're just telling you it's perfect, and that's why you're going to fold over and buy it. These voices control your life. It's hard to not blindly conform to the world around you, since the voices tell you what's right. But do they really know? You live your life. You only know what's right for you. If people say Macs are the best computer available, are you going to go out and get one? No. Live your life, not the media's. I have sources in my life that help me be more sustainable, with a voice and face behind it. The only thing is, every sustainable force has an unsustainable reason behind it. To start off, many of us teens still live with our parents. We have no say whatsoever. They control everything in and out. They have all the money to make the decision, to choose what's right for the house along with what's wrong. Money is a general reason why I am not sustainable. To be more sustainable, everything costs more. Now our parents will do anything to save a nickel these days. The reasons lifted above are my shackles in the allegory of the cave. There are also forces that made me want to be more sustainable. Believe it or not, school has made me want to be more sustainable. They have switched over to the whole grain in the cafeteria. Whole grain pastas, salad with every meal, wheat breads, and fruit Friday. I try to bring these together in my house. I've convinced my mom to switch salad and wheat bread constantly in our household. Whole grain pasta, on the other hand, she's not leaning to. And fruit keeps going up in the supermarket. Another source I look to is the Grow Compost Center that I have recently interviewed. You take organics I would normally consider waste and take it to make compost. I'd love to take part in the compost and use it in the garden that I'd love to make next summer. Again, everyone is sustainable, just everyone has a different force to be and not to be. Sustainability comes in many forms in my house, along with unsustainable practices. To start off, most of my house appliances are sustainable. They are all energy efficient, to my refrigerator, to the dishwasher, to the stove. Since my dad is also a plumber, he gets low water pressure appliances to shorten our water usage. All of our toilets are low pressure along with our faucets and shower heads. In our garage, if you look around, all the tables we have set up are from wood or bought from the yard sale. Some of our tables are from the building the cider house, before it's actually the cider house. Also, we get many of our storage units from the state surplus in Waterbury. Mama hates it when my dad goes there since he's always spending his money. Then, since my dad is always working, he's also ruining his pants on the job. Mom goes to the bargain boutique in Waterbury and the second-hand shop in Middlesex to find cheap old pants for my dad. For heating in our house, we use a wood pellet stove. It is filled with small wooden pellets, which is a renewable source, and heats most of our house. We also have a radiant flooring to cool and heat our floors. But on the other hand, no one is completely sustainable. In my house, vehicles are a hard concept to make sustainable. We have our own business and large vans. My dad also has 2 large trucks and my mom has a medium-sized car. We are far enough out of Waterbury where my mom won't let me bike there to get anything. I do ride the bus every day, to and back from school. But that doesn't make up for the rest of our vehicles. Our food products are not very sustainable either. We very rarely buy local food or fresh food. Most of our food is frozen and not from Vermont. Most of the place is far away from here. We don't make food in our gardens. There are many more unsustainable practices in my family, but it's hard to convert them all to be more sustainable. Cars are very expensive and most families don't have the money to just go out and buy a new Prius. Also, families are looking for the easy way out most of the time. They want to use the least amount of energy as possible. To grow a garden would be hard since you have put in a lot of time that people don't always have. And local food always costs more than Shaw's brand food, and it's hard to convince your parents to switch since they're always trying to save money. I have learned more about myself since I have done this project. I have a say in my family, but don't always have a say in my actions. My parents control being sustainable in my house, and my community controls being sustainable outside my home. Waterbury makes it quite easy to be sustainable. Everything you need is within walking distance, and this helps take cars off the road. They also help by putting on concerts in the park with the farmers market where people can buy local food and supplies. Overall, our community can be more sustainable by just doing the small things, like recycling and switching to all CFL light bulbs. If the whole world was sustainable, then it would be a much better world, and global warming would be out of our minds.